Hi everyone and welcome to a Danipedia gaming review. I'm Dan, no other Dan for this one I'm afraid. And I wanted to tell you a little bit about what I've been playing this week, and that's DragonBall Z Kakarot. DragonBall Z Kakarot tells the entire DragonBall Z saga all in one game, and it has been absolutely phenomenal so far. There's a few caveats to this, and I'm going to go over that in this short review. The fighting is some of the best I've ever played in a Dragon Ball Z game, and I've played quite a few in my time. I've played Budokai 2 and 3. I got into Dragon Ball Z Fighters big time when that came out 2 years ago. The combat is amazing.
Prepare yourself!
I feel intense. I feel like a Saiyan. There's a good progression. The difficulty ramps up quite nicely. It's an amazing combat system with a lot of richness going on. Lots of little finicky dodges and big powerful attacks and stuff that makes you feel Super Saiyan. The title is a little bit misleading though, because as all you OG DBZ fans will know, Kakarot Goku doesn't actually feature that heavily in some of the sagas. In fact, he becomes a bit more of a one-punch man, sort of letting the others duke it out and then turning up and saving the day. And so during this game, you'll get to play all of the other main characters. I'm talking Gohan, Piccolo, Vegeta, all of them all get a fair swing and a good bit of screen time during the game. This game covers all the sagas, right from the Saiyan saga all the way through to sort of Buu saga. It's going over the entire story of Dragon Ball Z, and it tells a few stories that might not have featured or you didn't see parts of during the actual anime. The loyalty itself to the story of the anime is very, very close. And a lot of features, I think they've toned down the gore a little bit, but all of the original story seems to be intact so far. You've got to be prepared for one thing in this game, and that's loading screens. There's a lot of them. And it is frustrating at times and does feel like a bit of a slowdown when you're transitioning in and out of buildings or in and out of dialogue with characters and you're hit with another one of these. There are some very deep and interesting RPG mechanics, but the game doesn't necessarily explain these during the tutorials, and I in fact had to go online and look up how to utilise some of these systems in order to get the best performance out of my teams.
I bet I could give you a run for your money if I train some more, Tien.
Oh, is that so? I'm ready to spar whenever you...
Hey now, I said if I trained. If! I used to be on par with him back...
Oh man, Goku's light years ahead of me.
All right, time for our first sparring match in a long time.
Yeah.
I'll pass.
Grinding as well is not an essential element in this RPG, although they've given you the opportunity to do additional encounters as you cruise around the open world. Every single time I completed a major story section, or if a character disappeared for a while for a bit of training, when they came back I was rewarded with so much XP that the leveling system just didn't seem to matter.
Lend me your energy!
And I feel like they could have either done one or the other. I feel like including an opportunity to grind when there's no reward for it probably wasn't the best move on their part. Though it does reward people who are RPG fans, I guess, because you'll see your numbers go up. The XP that you get from these tiny incidental fights is nothing compared to the huge XP dumps that you get after you complete a major story milestone. Some of the other mechanics as well, for example, some of the menus that you can go through and community boards, these are never explained properly, but they do reward you with various different bonuses to your teams. So they're worth dipping into, but again, as I've said, because of the huge XP dumps and the almost auto leveling that goes on throughout the stories, it's not really an essential factor, and it kind of makes you wonder why they put it in. Whether they felt that it was an incomplete mechanic and so they put in the automatic leveling of characters, or whether the mechanic was added later on and then just never fully integrated into the system. There's a couple of other negatives to this game. I have to say that some of the storylines, at least in the English dub version, feel almost incomplete, like some character animations are replaced with these funny titles.
No one could possibly find it as long as it remains at the bottom of this lake.
And also, some side sub-stories aren't actually fully voiced, so there'll be a huge variance. You're never sure if you're going to get full dialogue or if you're going to get kind of just subtitles with the characters thrown in the odd which is a little bit odd, and it gives it a slightly unpolished feel.
What?
Ultimately, overall, I have to say, if you're a Dragon Ball Z fan, this game is definitely for you. I think that it's a great way to sort of relive and re-experience all of the sagas in one package, and it definitely felt rewarding in parts being able to take part in all of these epic battles. However, if you're not a DBZ fan and you're looking for a good solid RPG, I don't think you'll find it here. I feel like this game is more one for the fans rather than one to bring people in. So that's been my review of Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. If you feel that I've been unfair, or if you think there's a feature that I need to check out in the game, let me know in the comments below. And as always, please, please, please give us a like, subscribe, and share this video with your pals and let them know about Danipedia ways. I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.